anyways, Stone, it's time to do your bit. So I'm going to try to remix free-to-play hell thing. All right, let's see.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
I was only joking.
There you go.
Free-to-play hell.
One never knows when the homosexual is about.
Okay. And then I fade. There. All right. Take it away, sweetie pie. All right. What is this week's game?
This week's game, and I'm actually sort of on the fence of actually calling it a game because it's almost educational. Wait a minute. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Where did it go?
Where did it go?
It's not showing up on my list. God damn it! I want to get the name right. Son of a bitch! Why did it disappear on me?
All right, I guess I'm doing this. This week's
okay, no, I got it. I see. It starts with a W. I see. I fucked it up. Okay. This week's title is World of Guns. Gun Disassembly.
Is that where you drive a bunch of guns into combat?
No, it is not. It is entirely not. What this is essentially... It's not even schematics. You get models of real-world guns, and it takes you through the steps of field stripping, complete disassemble, reassemble, what the parts are named, and how all the parts work together. It's really freaking neat. And now, it might not be for people that don't have an interest in firearms. I've had an interest in firearms for as long as I can remember. But this one, even from an engineering aspect, what you got, just how the different mechanisms all work together, it's really freaking fascinating to me. And you can do different X-ray views on these things as they operate, as they cycle, and you can do different cutaway ones, so you're not getting this weird green see-through one. You can do cutaways and see how they work, and you know, cycling through, just working the slide, pulling the trigger, firing around, and stuff like that. And it's really freaking interesting. Now, the reason this is a free-to-play game is you can almost call it a game because you go through the tutorial of every weapon. You start off with an AK-47, and you go through the different modes in the tutorial of that one, taking it apart, reassembling, and all that horseshit like I was talking about. And then you can unlock a 1911. Now, the reason I am so bonerific about this is because I actually own an AK-47. I actually own a 1911, and I can take apart the stuff that I actually own and see what makes it tick. Now, some people, they don't have these sort of things, so they can't get that sort of personal feel to it, but if you do, it makes it all that much more better. But how the free-to-play aspect comes into this, and this is the first time on this little segment that I've created that the free-to-play model actually comes into play. When you're going through taking this stuff apart and putting it back together, you earn experience points. The faster you do, and now there's different modes. There's the tutorial one where it just shows you what part comes next and all this other stuff. And yes, it is on Steam. It is on Steam. And then you unlock the super game mode and the hardcore one. I haven't been able to complete the hardcore one, but in the super one, you don't get any indication of what part comes out next. And if you fuck up, game over. You got to start all over again. Now, you do it enough, you memorize, and I did this, I can now take apart the 1911 in the game. I'm afraid to do it with my own, because holy shit, if I take this shit apart, and without the proper tools, because in the game, it's just a click to pull out a pin. In the real world, you need, a hammer and the proper size tool to knock out the pin. But in the game, it's like, it's just click a button, and out it comes. Aww. But again, I could take it apart now because I had to redo the 1911 so many fucking times to get it right. But I finally got it right, and I've memorized the proper order in which to do things. And I haven't educated myself in such a way in a long time. This is all from a free-to-play game. But regardless, in doing this, you do it better and better, and you do it faster and faster. You earn more experience points. And the experience points is how you unlock new firearms, new levels to continue on in. And I was finally able to, last night, unlock the MP5, a gun I've wanted to own for probably 10 years, by the way. I just don't have the fucking money to do it. And holy Christ, what a nightmare of German engineering that motherfucker is to take apart. Oh my god.
Fuck, I'm looking at the AK now on the stream, and that is shit. I didn't know there was so many parts.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
and that's
hell.
the reason the AK is your starter one is because the AK is so simple in its mechanisms. That's why so much of the world loves that thing, because again, it's designed so you can drop it in mud, drop it in sand, pick it up, clear around, and that motherfucker will work. It's the genius of its simple engineering. And then you get up to the MP5. Holy fuck, I can only imagine what happens if a grain of sand gets into that internal workings. It is going to get just obliterated.
It's gonna shoot you in the face.
More than likely it's going to jam.
Yeah, well,
simple as that.
Yeah, which is not good when
World
you're
of Stole. I'm not even paying attention to chat right now because I have to remember all the stuff going on. So if I'm ignoring you, don't feel personal.
All right.
Yeah. So again, you earn the experience points to unlock new levels, or in true free to play fashion, you pay money to get whatever the in-game currency is for it, to just quickly unlock the levels you want to get to. And all I know is because after the MP5, it breaks off to a Tech 9 and a Beretta 92. A Beretta 92, which again, I used to fill out work orders for the gunsmiths to work on, and I've been wanting a 92, actually, to be honest, I wanted to own a Beretta 96 for, let me see, how old am I now? I'm 32, 22... 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. See, I wanted to own a Beretta pistol for 15 years. I'm just not allowed to because of the rules.
Why not?
It's a pistol.
Why can't you own a pistol? Can't you own, like, an automatic weapon of some kind?
No!
You could do a fucking car disassembly of...
Yes!
An infantry...
I was going to talk about that. Yes, the different things you can do. The only one, for some reason, that seems to be available to me is a human skeleton. Taking apart a model of a human skeleton. Every single bone. Now... Unfortunately, not every bone seems to be labeled properly, and that kind of sucks. They just got like some sort of generic name, but most of the bones are actually correctly labeled. And I was going this over with Crystal last night. She's like, "Yep, that one's right. That one's right." And I was like, "Why is that one got a generic name?" I don't fucking know. I didn't make this game, but it's kind of interesting. Again, it's almost educational. You're learning all sorts of shit about what stuff different parts is, not just the guns. And again, if you buy into it, you can take apart cars, you can take apart motorcycles, you can take apart tanks.
Yeah, I'm
all
looking
the different
at it right now.
things.
You could take apart a goddamn tank, and this appeals to me as an engineer. Not even a gun enthusiast. Like, making this stuff work. Mara, does it appeal to you as a woman? Alright, yeah, it does. It does appeal to Mara as a woman. Huh.
It's neat because again, you can see how stuff works when it's all put together, and you do the exploding view of it, you do the X-ray view of it, the multiple different X-ray views. You can slow down the time to see how everything works when it's in motion. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah, Alex, look at that shit. They have a tank, an APC tank kind of deal thing that you could disassemble, and you see the entire inner workings while it's firing. Anyway, Stolf, final verdict.
So in summary, World of Guns, pretty fucking interesting if you're interested on how mechanics of different sort of things work. The free to play model will have an effect if you're like me. I mean, again, you could pump money into this thing to unlock anything you fucking want to. I don't have that opportunity, so I've got to grind out on the 1911 9 million times to unlock a goddamn Beretta. That's the free to play model. That's how shit works. It's just how it is.
Alright.
Finally, an actual free-to-play game where the free-play model comes into effect. The only reason I got so sucked into it is because it started me right off with two things that I actually own, so I could learn about what I actually know. Now, people that don't own this stuff, they might not get as sucked into it as I did, but it's still really fucking interesting learning how different mechanisms work. I will say, however, when I was taking apart the MP5, it wasn't as well detailed as far as rendering goes as the 1911 and the AK goes. It actually looked pretty damn plain and simple, amateur hour, computer mechanics.
Oh yeah.
So there is a quality drop off for different sort of weapons.
Did you ever have to assemble a sniper rifle rotating 360 degrees with no scope?
I did once. I ended up shooting my balls off.
Oh, 20 points to Crackpot. Jesus, that's a good one. Alright, so, final verdict. Recommend or poop on?
Absolutely recommend. If you're
All
interested
right.
in mechanics, how they work, give this shit a look. You're not gonna, you know, you're not losing any money. Give it a look. You might be interested. You might not. What's the worst you're gonna lose? You're gonna lose a few hours of your life. You know, delete the motherfucker. Move on.
Full disclosure, I got this on my phone, deleted it because the clicking wasn't responsive. Might get it on Steam. Might get it because it was really fun, actually.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It started on a phone. I can't imagine playing this on a phone without a mouse.
No.
I will say a few really frustrating parts when I was putting the 1911 together. A few misclicks. Had to start the entire thing over, and I was on like the last steps of putting this motherfucker together. And it's like,
Alright.
oh, why?
And oh, why?
But you get around that, and you get meticulous with it. It's like, okay, I need to get pixel perfect on this motherfucking goddamn sear spring to get this bitch back in.